Hello YouTube, my name's Sean Connors and welcome back to the NFL Fan Pub. This is NFL Fan Pub video number 19 and it's all about Calvin Johnson. And in this video, we go inside the numbers on Calvin Johnson and look ahead to this year. Before we really do that, let's remind ourselves of the two approaches to building the 100-point team and remembering that you only really need 10 points from the wide receiver position. So basically you're looking for a player who can guarantee you that, and anything more is a bonus. Let's go inside the numbers of Calvin Johnson's 2014 campaign, remembering that he played in 13 games. He had 128 targets, that was a 7-year low, placing him 17th amongst active receivers. He had 71 receptions, a 5-year low, placing him 25th amongst active receivers. 1,077 receiving yards, a 5-year low at 15th. 8 receiving touchdowns, placing him 14th amongst active receivers. And if you extrapolate that data over 16 games, he would have had the following: 157 targets, that's 87 receptions, or put another way, roughly 1,326 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. That's still very elite when you think about it. The big problem is that Johnson now is reaching a point of his career where injuries are beginning to take their toll. I'm sure if you took Calvin Johnson last year in your fantasy draft first round, you probably regretted it and realised there was mileage elsewhere for wide receiver position to get the 10 points that you require. But it's pretty clear if he stays healthy, and that is the key criteria for him in 2014, he clearly is still elite when you look at the data. Let's look at the data in a slightly different way. In this chart in front of you here, you can see all the data from 2007 to 2014. Clearly Johnson puts up nearly every single year above 10 fantasy points. That clearly is elite. My question mark remains around his health and whether it's necessary to put a first round pick into him now. Should he be demoted in drafts slightly, maybe into second round for value? That's probably where I would honestly place him if I took my heart out of the equation and put my head into it. But I still won't lose sight of these facts. Johnson, even in the 13 games he played in 2014, is capable of dominating any game, as you can see through this chart. He's capable of taking a game over. More than capable of putting up a 1,400-yard, 10-plus touchdown campaign in 2015, and easily capable, with his high ceiling, great ability and everything else, to be one of the top wide receivers again. I've got no doubt about this. This is not quite the hurrah for Calvin Johnson. If you doubt him at any turn, he always seems to bounce back, and I have no doubt that will happen this year. There will be more emphasis in Detroit on the running game, there can be no doubt about that. He does have Golden Tate playing opposite him, but all these things bode well, I think, for Calvin Johnson. I expect big things.